Hello and welcome back to the Gfinity Arena here in London. It's the Play Like a Legend Championships presented by Xbox, and we've had a bit of drama actually in that last session of FIFA, and we may still see some more going on. We're just about to finish off the group stage games before we get into the knockout, the business end of this Ultimate Team tournament. But first off, we're going to show you a quick video we filmed recently with Tass, excuse me, who was part of that drama, and we asked him a few questions about FIFA and about his involvement in the scene, and let's take a look at it now.
Hi, my name is Tass. I'm from London and I play for Team DigniTass. My favourite team is Arsenal, and they had a game a long time ago when I was just a kid and I was watching football, started watching it, and they were playing Chelsea and they won the game, but there was just something about the players that they had then that I thought that this was the team that I wanted to like, I guess. My favourite player of all time for football is definitely Thierry Henry, personally, because the first time I watched him play, I remember, like I said, when they beat Chelsea, he, after the game when they won, just the passion he showed, and there was something that I just thought he was unreal. And since then, I think he's the best player that's ever played in the Premier League. My favourite formation on FIFA is the 4-2-3-1 wide, and the main reason is because I believe in defending before attacking, and I like to think while I'm attacking instead of just having goal hangers up there, so I prefer more players in midfield. My biggest rivalry on FIFA most probably is Vinch again, because there's been 3 Gfinities and we played 3 times. I came out on top the first time in the final. He then came out on top in the second one in a semi-final, and then the third one we were in the same group and I was lucky enough to come out on top. So I'd say Vinch. One of my favourite moments on FIFA so far has probably been G1, where I won, and in the final playing Vinch, where many pro players regarded him as the best on FIFA 14, and I played a pretty flawless game against him and ended up winning.
Okay, a little bit more of an insight there into the mindset of Tass, and we're going to be seeing him play again now. Because he lost that game against Graham before the break, he's in a have-to-win situation in order to stay in the competition. Losing would mean we say goodbye to Tass in this situation. Yep. And it's interesting because he's also the person that was involved, 50% of the involvement in that drama we saw before. It was, we're not going to dwell on it, but I think we need to highlight it because it is interesting, and it shows the high-pressure situation that these guys are taking part in right now. Essentially, he lost the game, and he was offered a handshake option from the person that beat him, which was Graham, and he decided not to take it. There's a few rumours flying around as to why that was, but ultimately, it just shows that there's a little bit of bad blood there, which makes, I think, competition all the more interesting.
Yeah, no, there is. And I think what's even more interesting is that if Taz wins this game, because of this this dual sort of knockout format. So if Taz wins and Graham loses his winners game, they'll actually face off again in the group stage to go through to the knockout round. So we could have a massive game on our hands.
That would be. I want to see that personally. I want to see them play each other again. I want to see what happens at the end of the game, if they can put their differences to bed, or if it's going to be an ongoing issue here. We're going to have to wait and see. For now, we've got 2 pretty important games. We're calling them knockout games, essentially. They're still group games, but the loser of these matches will be out of the tournament. Okay, and it's ChRiLFC or Chris versus ESP Ash, who we just saw lose to a huge dragon. On the left-hand screen, we're going to see that on the big screen to start off with. And we've also got another game happening in the background, which is going to be Nino versus Tass, who we've just been speaking about. We might actually go to this game first, actually, because it's kicking off, I think, a little bit quicker. And this is going to be an interesting match. One of them will be going out at the end of this fixture. It's over 2 legs as per all the other games, and if it goes to a 3rd game, because it's all level, that will be a silver goal situation, and then on to golden goal if it goes past the half-time mark. So we've jumped into the action here, and you can see exactly what's happening here. It's Nino versus Tass, and like we say, this is big, this is crunch time. The loser is going home. He's not going to get a chance of winning that $4,000 that's up for grabs to the winner here today. The legend that's going to be going to the top 2 players, which is going to be a brand new Roy Keane that doesn't come out into the game until later tonight. I don't need to sell the prizes, Stu. The prizes are unbelievable. The question is whether someone from these games can win them, because everyone playing in these 2 games has lost once today already. Yep. But it's not, in fairness, the final yesterday, both our competitors in the final lost the game in the group.
Yeah, no, they did. Yeah, it's just sometimes it does come down to what opponents you play throughout the day. Different game styles will react differently to others. So you know, if you play like one bad game in the knockout rounds, that's a good thing, I think.
And it's not necessarily a case of you have to go unbeaten. I think you have to be able to prepare to beat anyone else, but you can lose a game and bounce back from that. We've seen that. Our winner yesterday lost a game in the group. Our runner-up lost a game in the group. We could well see it again here today. But we are kicking things off here in this game here. We've got some interesting choices in the green strip here. We've got Leroy Fer in there, I think, with Yaya Toure in the middle. That's a strong, powerful central midfield option. Tass is in the Arsenal kit, the PSG badge, and the Marseille badge is belonging to his opponent. And we've got DigniTass on the ball again here. Coming inside. He's going to lose the ball to Andre Schürrle. Running down the left-hand side. Got a little bit of room. Goes inside to Daniel Sturridge. Yaya Toure. Leroy Fer is free. Leroy Fer, an interesting inclusion. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, we were discussing this earlier, and I think, yeah, fine for if he's a good sort of budget squad BPL player, I think. But the players these guys have at their disposal, I'm surprised in his selection.
Basically, if you're watching, and by the way, the person in the green is Nino, Epsilon Nino. If you're watching this and you're wondering whether Leroy Fer is worth your money, if you are making a team on a budget, my answer to that would be yes, because these guys have played a lot of games of Ultimate Team. If they've got the whole of Ultimate Team available to them, including up to 3 legends, and they're putting someone as cheap and considered essentially OP as Leroy Fer in there, then you need to try them out if you haven't tried them out, because there's obviously something there. It might not be for you, it might not be the right person for you, but there's no doubt that they're decent and they're probably well worth the small investment it would cost. Yeah. We've got Chris Smalling and Anua as a 2 centre-back partnership for Tass. So if you haven't tried those boys out, I thoroughly recommend that. And in some cases, you can save yourself a lot of investment and a lot of coins in the game if you go with some of these guys that are cheaper.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. Like you say, these guys are top players and they have all them players at their disposal. So yeah, even including them in their squads, must mean they're highly rated. And these guys know what's good in competitive FIFA as well. So they'll know the most valuable attributes to look for. And Fer looks like he ticks the boxes.
Willian out here on the right for Nino. Goes back to Kyle Walker. We've seen Kyle Walker in pretty much every team, right back. Although, interestingly, in the other game we've got happening simultaneously, we've seen a silver right back from the Bundesliga. I believe his name is Dijkmeyer or something along those lines. My pronunciation there is not on point. Oh, we can have a goal here. No, it's fallen to Di Maria on the edge of the box, who passes across to Ramirez, who finds Danny Welbeck for Tass. And Tass, whilst he didn't win that last game, is coming off a 2-0 victory. So he's going to feel good with these boys. I think that's another thing I really like about this Ultimate Team format is, unlike the offline stuff where you have to choose a different team for each game, you don't really have any kind of consistency or any kind of opportunity to create a relationship with your players and the like. You get that with this. You can say, right, that didn't work for me last game. Maybe I'm going to make a few substitutions, but ultimately it's the same squad of players. I've just got to change the way I play with them.
Yeah, it's like the same foundation, but maybe there's more of a struggle also to switch formations, because if you set up in a particular
goal time
way,
no, good save
as well. Nino twice now has come close in them positions. Just a minute ago, his own player blocked the shot, and again coming close, but Taz just getting the block in at the right time.
Wayne Rooney on the ball here for Tass, playing in that deeper role than we're used to seeing him in real life. Kyle Walker at right back has definitely been the most prominent player in today's action. 90% of the teams have got Kyle Walker at right back. Ramirez, another popular player. Over to Van Arnholt. We've also seen this guy a fair bit in 3 different teams. Ramirez back to Rooney.
You've got Tarapt actually closing down for Nino. Is that that's another rare selection? Me and Dave was sort of talking about this earlier, that maybe sort of Nino's a secret QPR fan here. Yeah,
I mean, it seems a little bit odd to let personal preference or personal fandom, dictate your selection here, because it's such a big tournament, so much on the line. What it could be, if it is, we're going to go down that QPR angle, it's a great ball in, is that he may be a QPR fan, play with those boys, and as a result have played a lot with them and got used to them. Yeah. Might not be that he genuinely believes they're the best player in that position, but he feels most experienced with them. He knows what to do with them.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot to say to that. If you know how a player moves and if you know the limitations of a player, yeah. I
mean, who would have thought when you've got a blank canvas for the whole of Ultimate Team, you'd have 3 QPR players in the starting lineup?
No, yeah, I wouldn't have thought I'd seen that today.
I mean, let's face it, they're going to be lucky if they stay in the Premier League.
I think you might have a Noor at the back as well.
Yeah, it's three, isn't it? Noor, Fur and Taarabt.
Yeah,
Not a fourth, is there? Surely
no,
not.
Sorry.
If there was a fourth, that would be... Yeah, he needs to be probably committed. Because that's crazy.
I think Rocky has Vargas as well.
Vargas is a good one again, and that's the thing about QPR. It's not the first iteration of FIFA where they've had a really decent squad. Back in FIFA 14, their squad was really good when they were in the Premiership before, when they got relegated. They had the likes of Sean Wright-Phillips when he was decent, when he was fast. They had Junior Hoylett, who was always fast. They had Jabril Cisse, back when he was a strong player. They had a nice little team, to be honest. And I used to like using them quite a lot. And that's off. Is that off the bar or is that a clearance on the line? I'm not sure, but either way...
I think it was off the bar from Noor.
Yeah, either way, Nino's going to feel unfortunate to not have taken the lead there. Tass feeling lucky, on the other hand. Taarabt, here he is. Daniel Sturridge now on the ball. Seen him used quite a lot, Daniel Sturridge.
Yeah, no, again, if you've got a little bit more coins at your disposal, Sturridge is the go-to striker for the BPL.
I mean, even now, I think he's down to around 3,000 coins or something.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah, very cheap now. So there's no reason why someone can't try out Daniel Sturridge. Win a couple of games, you've got enough to get him. Chris Smalling spreads it over to Theo Walcott, his England teammate. Back to another Englishman, Kyle Walker. A lot of English guys in this team from Tass, actually, and Noor. Not someone that plays for England national team, but obviously he's been involved in the youth setup and he's of English nationality. Rooney as well in there. Quite a few. I hadn't thought about how much of his team is actually English. It's a good sign that he has that faith in us as a national team, because let's face it, the rest of football doesn't.
Yeah, no, and we saw that with Granit earlier as well, with the sort of French sort of selection in his team. It's quite surprising, actually.
Taarabt has got a ball on for Sturridge. It's cut out by Chris Smalling. Really good pacey centre-back there. Good pacey centre-back partnership, actually, Noor and Smalling. It's going to be difficult to beat them for pace, even with some of the fastest players. Danny Welbeck, another Englishman. He really does like the English players, Tass. Ramirez to Van Arnholt. Back to Ramirez, 1-2. With now Rooney's getting involved. Wayne Rooney, it's a poor pass from Wayne.
There's been too many of them passes from Taz. Just in the midfield. Normally he plays a lot slower and more approach, and you rarely see Taz lose possession until he gets to the final third. But yeah, no, in this game so far, he's losing the ball a lot in the in the midfield area.
There's a few formational changes here for it's just Tass, isn't it? No, Tass is in the other teams. I don't know, is there a substitution there, Aziz? He brought on, yes he has, he brought on Marco Reus for Taarabt. So we've lost that QPR connection a little bit for Nino, and he's gone with Reus. Yeah, I think we all know who's the more superior player there. He's also brought a Neymar for Schürrle.
Yeah, these are changes he did against Rocky as well. So, and Ronaldo is also coming on for Taz instead of Welbeck. So that's a big change. And
Robin for Walcott as well.
Wow.
And he's got some big names on the pitch right now, and I'm sure they're going to have an impact in this game. Neymar's going to lose the ball there though, and it's Walker. I'm sure Spurs fans absolutely hate to see Kyle Walker in an Arsenal shirt.
So Patrick Vieira on for was it Ramirez as well? So like Patrick Vieira, a massive player, obviously a legend in this game.
Is that Tass that made that substitution? So Tass making a triple substitution at half-time. If he's to get a red card and he wants to mix things up a little bit, he's not going to have that option anymore. And if he gets someone with a little bit of an injury, he's going to have to live with that.
So yeah, he's made all 3 subs.
Yep. Robin's going to whip the ball in on this free kick here. Tass is going to deliver it. Here he goes. Whips it in. Can he find anyone's head? No, he can't. It's a chance to counter. It's cut out though by Kyle Walker, and Robin's going back. And not the best pass back I've ever seen.
A little bit running there by Walker, but still has the ball, still has possession.
Van Arnholt on the left back position into Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez, a nice little scoop turn, and he's going to look for a pass, but unable to find anyone. But it's a good tackle from Vieira off the pitch, quite an advanced position. Patrick Vieira can't get his cross in though, and it leads to nothing. Felipe Luis on the ball for Nino. It's a dangerous but successful pass. Leroy Fer getting far forward as well. Nothing coming of it though. No real chances in this second half just yet. Yaya Toure, or is it? Yes, this is Vieira. Sorry, no, it's in the other team. Toure. Vieira into Di Maria. I thought he might have got a shot away there. People moved off him, gave him a bit of space.
Yeah, no, he had quite a few options there, and Taz sort of playing very well defensively, pressing Nino now in the second half, and a couple of nice attacks. Just not, and the opportunity hasn't quite opened up yet for him.
Willian on the ball. Oh, it's cut out by Reus. Still waiting for a clear-cut opportunity. Patrick Vieira on as a sub, fresh legs. Di Maria. Rooney. A little bit of pressure being applied to him by Marco Reus, but Rooney holds it off. He's created a move here. Ronaldo with a skill. Can he get the ball across? Interesting choice to go for the shot there. Was the pullback not on there?
Yeah, no, possibly. I think across there the keeper may have collected it. So
even a triple tap.
Corner. Yeah, I'm not sure if the defender would have blocked it or not.
Okay, we've got a corner, so something can happen here. We haven't seen a lot of headed goals from corners. No. Neither day, yesterday or today. We've seen a few goals come from short corners and balls that have fallen outside the box and the like, but no direct goals really that I can remember.
No, a lot of players do prefer to go for that short corner. Taz is actually one of them players that does actually whip them in straight away from the corner, which is quite rare for competitive FIFA actually. A lot of players like to play the ball short, keep possession and try for them sort of cut-back passes.
Neymar on the ball here into Yaya Toure. Over to Leroy Fer, the surprise inclusion. He struck it. Oh, we've seen so many of them come close.
Yeah, there has been a lot now, and just not dipping on that situation. Like, has Fer got that in his locker?
Someone will score one. I don't know who's going to be the first one. The closest we saw was, I think it was a huge dragon hitting the bar with Daniel Sturridge.
Yeah.
But no one found the back of the net with a shot even from outside the box yet, I don't think. No. Rooney on the ball here. It's a good ball over for Robin. I think he's offside. Yes, he is. And they're approaching the end of this first leg here. It's 0-0. It's 0-0 in the other game as well. So no goals yet across the two games. We could have one actually happening in the other game. It's a penalty in the other game. Wow. If we can jump over to that other match, we'll show you this penalty that's just been conceded. And it's going to be very interesting to see if we have a goal here or not. Vincent Kompany, the offender, he has given a penalty away and earned himself a yellow card. And let's have a look at what happened here. It was a slide. It was actually against his Manchester City teammate Aguero. He's taken him down late. And lucky to stay on the pitch there, arguably. They don't tend to do red cards with penalties unless it's a goalkeeper, I find.
Yeah, so this is, I think, Ash with the penalty now. Yeah,
we know it because it's that Burnley kit. Here is Aguero. Is he going to put it away? He's going to put it down the middle, I think, and he did, and it went in.
Yep.
So we've got a goal in that game. A late goal in this first leg. 1-0 to ESP Ash in that one. Okay, we can jump back into the other game now with Tass and Nino, see what's happening here. Still 0-0 in this one, 15 minutes left. Yaya Toure on the ball. Daniel Sturridge plays it to Neymar. Neymar back to Felipe Luis. Back to Neymar, it's a nice 1-2. Neymar just needs to cut back, I think. Yes, he does. Is he going to go inside? He's going to hold on to it for a bit longer. Kyle Walker actually giving a free kick away there. I didn't think there was any offence, to be honest, but Neymar's going to whip this one in. Now, what's he going to do? Is he going to just dink one into the box? He's going to play short. Leroy Fer's going to try the cross. Love to have Leroy Fer, really in the middle there with his height, trying to get on the end of the header, but he was on the end of he was the man putting the cross in, which was unsuccessful. Kyle Walker switches the ball to a player from the other side of North London, an Arsenal player, Alexis Sanchez. Rooney on the ball now. To Robin. Into Di Maria. Ronaldo now. Vieira. Good football from Tass. We do know he's one of the better possession players. He's got a good range of passing. This is great build-up. In fact, if this leads to a goal, it's going to be a great goal reminiscent of that Argentina goal from the 2006 World Cup. He just rushed it though. All that build-up play and he tried a long ball into the box. Yeah,
and I thought, to be fair to Taz, I thought the ball was on. Actually, I thought Ronaldo looked like he was clear of the defender. But again, like, Nino had a lot of players behind the ball there. Despite Taz having that possession, you couldn't really see an opening occurring until Ronaldo got that sort of yard of space.
And Taz loves to drop it out of the hands of the goalkeeper. I've seen him do it multiple times. Something that can backfire on you. I'm sure he knows what he's doing there, but risky nonetheless. Van Aanholt doing some step overs. I'm not sure what Tass is trying to prove there with that, but it does it nonetheless. Di Maria, Vieira on the ball now. No, it's a great ball. He's going to get there. It's Ronaldo. He always gets there. He always gets on them. You can see him coming a mile off with Ronaldo.
No, he does.
Deadly.
And that's a great... Vieira was almost standing still when he made that pass. So great through ball, great vision from Taz, and a nice finish.
What stat is it that Ronaldo's got that makes him get them? Is it his acceleration? Is it his balance?
I think it's just like this special Ronaldo stat. Like it's
a combination.
He's just incredible. No, I think it is just sheer pace. What
I liked about that goal was that it looked seemingly beforehand that Tass was just playing down the clock with Van Aanholt doing step overs, but it seems that in fact he was actually looking at the position of everyone on the pitch, waiting for an opportunity to arise. Seconds later, bang, he's 1-0 up.
Yeah. No, like the reason I think why people do these skill moves is just to sort of keep themselves warm. If skill moves is a big part of the game, then just doing one around when there is space, just I don't know, helps keep you warm.
Stops you from pulling a hammy when you try to step over.
Yeah, one of them finger hammies.
Finger hammy, lethal injury. We get it a lot in the esports arena. It's horrible to see. Can end careers. The finger hammy. Okay, Felipe Luis has been tackled. It's going to be the full-time whistle there. So second leg, again, it's an entirely different prospect when you get a late goal like that. It changes the outlook of both opponents. And we've actually had another goal in the other match as well. We've made it 1-1 going into that second leg. So the penalty was equalised against, and that's going to be tied going into the second leg there. But TAS gets the win 1-0 against Nino there. You can see TAS in the grey hoodie. Nino just behind that screen there. You can see his jeans. And they're going to kick off their second game soon. So you think TAS are going to hold on to that one and get through?
Yeah,
or stay in, I should say.
I almost want him to now with this this whole Graham TAS
to play again.
Feud, yeah. But yeah, no, I think TAS, he has the stronger squad. Like, look what kind of impact it made bringing Ronaldo and Vieira off the bench there.
Oh, massive! Vieira got the assist, Ronaldo got the goal.
Yep.
Perfect. Another actually really astute substitution we saw. Because we've seen other substitutions that not made a huge impact. Yep. But yeah, that was definitely one of the better ones. And don't forget, the loser of these legs is out. Loser of these matches. So as things stand, in that particular matchup, we're going to be saying goodbye to Nino. The end of that, Epsilon Nino will be going. And in the other match, it's 1-1. So we don't know who's going to come out on top of that one. And we can actually see some squads on the Ultimate Team. I don't know if we can go to that footage right now, but we can actually see the squads in action, and we can actually see what these guys are doing. Actually got an injury on Kyle Walker there on one of the cards. It's quite good to see it like this because you actually see the outlook and the layout of the team. Now, look at this team here from Hakuna Matata. Now, I think that must be ChRiLFC. And he's got in-form De Bruyne, in-form Benteke up front, a Belgian connection there. I mean, surely if he's going to leave it like that, he's going to put a position card on De Bruyne and make it a centre-forward because his chemistry is going to be depleted by having him as a cam.
Yeah, no, last time he played, I don't think he set out like that. I think he'll sub someone on, so... Right. I'm surprised he's not going for Benteke there, I must admit. So
it looks like he's going to play Remy and Sturridge up front together to start in that one. On the other screen, we can see, looks like he's going to come out of there, actually. OK, so it's good to see that in the actual games. You can see he was in Division 1 there, you'd expect.
Yeah, I'd expect most of these
You'd worry if he wasn't in Division 1, you would.
Scrapping in Division 3 somewhere.
Yeah. OK, so he's actually doing some instructional stuff here. I'm not going to lie to you, I never do that stuff.
Yeah, so this is just setting up your custom sort of tactics on each position. So a lot of players like to sort of put fullbacks to stay back while attacking, just so they don't go forward and they stay back to them positions. So there's less emphasis on your midfield defending because fullbacks can just bomb forward in games and leave yourself exposed. A lot of players also like to use the cut inside tactic for wingers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, especially if they're on the wrong foot. For instance, a left-footed playing right mid like Gareth Bale or Robin. We saw TAS's team come up a second ago there. It's a multicoloured team of different colour players there. You've got the orange Welbeck, the blue Di Maria, the black in-form De Gea. It's a nice little team he's got, actually. Very nice.
Yeah, no, but based on his team and based on the quality he possesses, I know he hasn't really shown that in this tournament so far, but I'd put him as one of the pre-tournament favourites, but he just hasn't shown it yet today.
But he's got a lead in this match, and he'll be looking to hold on to that and send Epsilon Nino home with a defeat. He just needs to hold. He's got the lead. It's just a 1-goal lead. And Ramirez on the ball here. It's the ball in, and Ramirez was... Oh, it's a mistake! So close. Ramirez was the man that was sacrificed for Vieira, wasn't he, at half-time? So you could see that same thing happen again because it was such a powerful substitution for TAS. He's got a corner here. We were talking earlier about how he actually tends to whip them in an old-fashioned sense. He whips it in here, and he's going to land on someone! And it's amazing. We were talking about that last game, and it actually comes off here. You were saying it's rare to see someone do that in competitive FIFA these days, actually whip a corner in. No short corner, no kind of heebie-jeebies, no witchcraft. Just whips it into the mix. They're old-fashioned, and look at that from Anua. Bang.
Great header. Yeah, no. And so rarely we see them goals. So that'll be almost a bonus goal for TAS. Start of the game. You're going into it 1-0, but to get that early lead, that'll calm any nerves he would have had.
We're going to switch games now, just to see what's happening in the other fixture. Tass has made it 2-0, obviously, overall in aggregate there, so he's looking comfortable as it stands. We'll keep you updated with that one. And here we've got another interesting game here. We've got Espash, of course, who was unfortunate to come up against a huge dragon, I think, who was just on song, wasn't he? He was doing some really good stuff, and he's got another chance to stay in the competition. There's a chance here, actually. It's good defending. It's not been cleared, and Espash just gets away with that one against ChRiLFC. It's a 1-0 in aggregate, let's not forget, in this match. So it's all even here, all to play for. One goal will put whoever scores it in the driver's seat to stay in the competition. And the loser of this game, just like the loser of the other match, will be going out. So right now we're going to be saying goodbye to Epsilon Nino. He's 2-0 down against Tass. He's got a little bit of time to come back from that, but we'll have to see if he manages to do that. Ball with Ramirez, trying to find a pass here. Torre, looking for Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker, can he get it in? He's taking his time. Patient. He's just trying to force that cross. And he falls to Ramirez here. And I mean, he's not looking superbly confident getting the ball out of his defence, is he? He's not done it here. Could be a goal. He needs to clear his lines properly here. That's a bit better from Espash.
You know, Ash actually made a big mistake there in defence, giving the ball away so easily there. And in the end, Chris was unlucky and he's through now. Oh,
the last man standing, the manager Matic, manages to hold off the advances of Sturridge. Clichy goes back inside to Matic, who's dropping in there as almost like a sweeper in between the centre-backs. Ramirez goes to Clichy. Clichy, the Frenchman, looking for a long ball for Daniels. That's not a great ball, actually. It's quite poor.
Not a good ball. But yeah, no, for a moment there, Ash was struggling to get out of his half, but then you see the danger of that. So Chris was really high pressuring him, and then just all of a sudden one long ball could have exposed his whole back four.
Di Maria, poor pass, and Ash is going to come again. He's got to be careful. It's a rule of football you learn. You know, when you're 4 or 5 years old, you start playing football. They teach you do not pass it across your defence. You know, unless you. And then obviously, you see that plenty in professional football when there's room and there's space. But when you've got an opposing player, you know, right in your area or near your area, you don't pass across. You don't give them that opportunity. You go wide and you sort of slowly advance up the pitch. And Ash was really not learning that lesson there. Kept playing it across and risking a serious counter-attack. Kyle Walker with the ball to Sturridge. Here he is. Can he get a goal here? Is ChRiLFC looking for the ball back in? He's going to... No, and I should point out, we call him ChRiLFC because that's how it reads on the screen, but it's actually ChRiLFC. There's no S on his game tag for some reason. I don't think he could get it. I think the name was taken. Oh, really? But so LFC obviously symbolising his support of Liverpool. That's why we're seeing him in a Liverpool kit and a Liverpool badge. And HKM is his team name in the top there with the score, but ChRiLFC or ChRiLFC is his team name. And it's not Espash, as we were saying yesterday, it's ESP Ash. So Ash is on the ball here. Burnley fan. Poor from Rooney there. Yeah,
he just rushed across. I saw what he was trying to do there, just trying to knock onto Aguero and get that header in. Just hurried the execution of that.
Slight change being looked at here for ChRiLFC. Thinking about introducing a substitute this quite early on in the game. Hakuna Matata is the name of his team. It means no worries.
It's a nice name. Maybe he will have no worries today if he can score a goal.
I'll tell you what, it's no passing craze. Right, trying to get the ball out of his defence here. ChRiLFC, Chris, we should say. Company on the ball, plays it into Sturridge. To Kyle Walker. Sturridge, Torre, Di Maria. It's a great BPL team, there's some big names in there. Remy on the ball here. Remy holds it up nicely, goes back out and then comes back in again. Sturridge needs to get a shooting opportunity. He's going to play to Di Maria. Di Maria's still got it. He's going to get a shot away. Oh, surely you shoot that with Di Maria on his right foot. And that's not his favoured foot, but he's good enough on it. But he didn't take it.
I'm surprised at the pass. I think he just passed it because Di Maria was kind of static and saw a player inside running onto a ball, but just, yeah, it was a poor pass inside.
Yeah, wasted opportunity there for Chris. And here is Ash coming forward now with Clichy on the left-hand side. He's looking to get a pass in. It's fallen to Wayne Rooney. Well, I'm actually surprised by the amount of teams we've seen Wayne Rooney in. And when I was saying that I understand why people play him at CDM, I mean, I get if you're going to use Rooney, why you would use him there, but I wouldn't necessarily put him in my team first choice.
No, yeah, I'd agree. I definitely prefer... I think it's just because of his pace. and with the BPL, you have so many good options in that position. Like Di Maria would normally be my first choice.
Yeah. I mean,
Willian as well.
I'd in CDM wise, you're going to strike this with a silver card. That would have been a hell of a goal there from Dijkmeyer if he'd got it in. The silver right back. But again, we see them go over. And going back to the point about Rooney, I mean, if you're looking at a CDM option, for me, it's a no-brainer. It's Ramirez and Matic all the way together, both the Chelsea guys. Oh, Yaya Touré could go in there as well, to be fair. I like him a lot. But then if you're looking at further up the pitch, yeah, Di Maria is definitely, for me, favoured over Rooney. Even people like Juan Mata, I think I prefer to Wayne Rooney in there.
Sort of cam position.
Oscar can be decent for you. Yeah, there's a few options there. And here's Ramirez. Lofted pass to Rooney. Rooney goes back to Jordi Alba. Ramirez, Remy, Di Maria. Step over, come inside, back pass out to Ramirez. Ramirez, Kompany's advanced up the field a little bit, and he has got experience playing further up the pitch. Vincent Kompany, who plays CDM quite a lot for Manchester City in his early days at the club. Daniel Sturridge trying to get that ball on his left foot, and it's just so obvious what you're trying to do there with him.
And Ash just getting a chance to counter-attack there, but just giving it away again. Just sort of aimlessly. There's been a few times where Ash has just lost his composure in this game, and been in a good position and overhit these through balls or crosses.
Half time there, and it's about to hit half time in the other game. And just to let you know, Tass has doubled his lead. This is the game here we're seeing. He's 2-0 up now, which makes him 3-0 up on aggregate. And it looks like Tass is going to be securing his place for a little bit longer in this tournament. And we're going to be saying goodbye to Nino at the looks of things.
Yep.
And there he is, the Eden Hazard lookalike in that blue hoodie. I can't get over it. I mean, I'm fascinated by it now. I didn't notice it all day yesterday. I don't know, maybe it's because he's wearing blue. I'm not sure.
I think there's a few changes in that game. So yeah, Sturridge off, Robin on.
Yeah, that's a nice change. Hazard's also coming on for Chris. Hazard, we just saw him in the booth. Hazard's come on for Remy. And he's Aguero almost going through there. Oh, it's a mistake from the keeper. Oh, wow, that was close. So you don't want to be conceding a goal, particularly in a game like this, which is currently level, to a mistake like that. To wasting around at the back. Not a good look.
Yeah, no, it would have been a shame. Like, just sometimes the goalkeepers take a really horrible touch, and the players don't really have much control over that. It's just a risk you have to take sometimes.
Ash on the ball here on the left-hand side with Rooney. Intercepted pass by Yaya Touré. The other Rooney on the ball now, the red Rooney for ChRiLFC. He goes to Di Maria. No real sequence of passes being put together. That's a great first touch from Daniel Sturridge. Is he going to trust him to hit it on the left foot?
Ooh,
it's a penalty. It's a penalty. OK, this is big. The goal, if it goes in, will put the scorer in the lead. It's Ash that's going to have it. It's quite a bad foul from Ramos. It was poorly timed there.
Yeah.
And Ash has got a chance to go in the lead in this game with less than 45 minutes left. Ash has had quite a few penalties we've seen. It's the third penalty we've seen him have today.
Yeah, it starts drawing them fouls, but that was bad defending by Chris.
He's gone down the middle every time. Every time he's gone down the middle. Why is no one paying attention? Why am I the only one that knows this?
I'm not sure, but to be honest, if someone goes down the middle, I'm always tempted to also dive on the next penalty. I don't like.
He's thought about that, hasn't he?
You'd think you'd change it up, but that's a massive gamble by him to do that, and it's paid off. We're
seeing Chris go 3 at the back now, and he's got to throw caution to the wind a little bit. He's 1 behind now, 2-1 on aggregate, and if he doesn't get a goal, he's going to be leaving the competition. It's as simple as that. I know that Chris was someone that was hotly tipped by our co-caster Dave before the event. He actually, so some people have seen in the preview that Dave predicted Spencer to win, but I'd just like to go on the record to say that last night Dave did officially approach me and ask to change his prediction to Chris, and luckily for him I denied his application. But if I'd accepted it, he'd be losing a lot of man points as a pundit here, But
yeah, no, that was a massive mistake as well by Chris. He didn't even need to make that tackle. You knew Sturridge was going to shoot from there, and it wasn't even a dangerous position. It probably only had like a 20% chance of going in. You don't see many strikes from there go in, and yeah, he deserves to be down from that poor decision.
And here's Aguero, the goal scorer, the penalty scorer. I think he scored 3 penalties for Ash over the past few games, this game and his game before. And here's Eden Hazard going through. Can he score? He's taken it out wide. It's a great save, though, from Courtois. He's so big.
Courtois has been massive all tournament.
He's huge. Rooney on the edge of the box, trying a long-range shot, not able to get it past the defender who deflects it, and we've got a counter-attack here for Ash. Sturridge into the other Rooney. Matic now on the ball. That's a great ball. We've got an overlap situation. The free at the back has been exposed. The lob from Aguero! It's a lovely goal. And Ash looks like he's going to stay in this competition for a little bit longer. He gives a little bit of a word there to Chris. I'm not sure what he said. Maybe unlucky, mate. Maybe something less kind. I don't know.
Possibly.
But that is the big goal in this competition. And as we stand, Chris had gone to free at the back. He'd been trying to force the issue to get the goal because he was down. And that is the risk when you do that. I mean, you've got to give it to Chris. There's no point in not going for it because there's no goal difference here. A loss is a loss. In this case, a loss means, you know, elimination. So it makes sense for him to go for it, but it looks like he's been really exposed by this change. Sturridge is through. He's going to score again. It's all over. And that free at the back has frankly killed Chris. And Ash just putting into the sword now.
Yeah, no, yeah, this... I'm quite shocked, actually. You don't normally see FIFA players just completely lose a game in the space of like 15 minutes, but this is exactly what he's done here.
This is ultimate team, mate. This is a new kettle of fish. Welcome to big school.
Yep. Welcome to the big league. And yeah, Chris is paying the price for that poor decision. And again, like, you saw the defender try and like intercept that long through ball when it was kind of 50-50 if he made it or not, and it just let I think was it Sturridge to run onto that.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it is completely because he changed that formation and gone more attacking, and you know, it can go either way. You're always going to create chances, but you're always going to concede chances as well. And fair play to Ash. He's absolutely taken them efficiently. He's not messed about. Lovely chipped goal from Aguero, actually. Probably one of the better goals we've seen today.
Yeah,
definitely worth noting that one down as a potential goal of the series so far. Goal of the season, I should say.
Yeah, and I think Ash has scored 2 good goals now I've seen today.
Hazard with the through ball. He's onside. Can Robin get a shooting opportunity? No, it's just too tight. And Sturridge with an opportunity to increase this lead. It's 4-1 on aggregate, so it's almost, it's not impossible, but it's very unlikely that Chris is going to get back in this. He's changing his settings there, going for the offside trap. He's got the ball, Jordi Alba. He wants to get at least 1 goal, Chris, I think. I'm sure he wants to have some kind of consolation. Robin goes inside to Hazard. Eden Hazard looking to create something in here. Goes back to Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure loses it, and another chance for Ash to hit on the counter-attack here. Daniel Sturridge scored the last goal for him. He's going to play sensibly around the back here. He doesn't need to do any more than that. Vincent Kompany to Clichy. Man City teammates. Clichy with a ball to Sturridge, ex-Man City player. Can he create something out of nothing here? Daniel Sturridge is running. Oh, it's lovely. Can he get it in? He just needs to deliver it now to complete a lovely goal. Oh, he's really going for it. Daniel Sturridge, that would have been the goal of the day. Wow. Ash is one to watch. He scores a few little compilation goals, this guy.
Yeah, no, he has been, actually. He's been really impressive there. But at the same time, I felt in the early stage of that attack, it was poor defending. Chris literally had 3 players over there, but all the same, a nice run by Ash.
Eden Hazard, Ramirez. Ball back to Hazard. We're gonna. Oh, great defending. Great defending. Is that man Vincent Kompany, is it? No, it's not. It's Boateng. Yes, it was Boateng. Di Maria goes for the corner, whips it in, header! Oh, we almost saw another headed goal from a corner.
I think his own players collided with each other there.
Goal kick from Courtois. And we've got Ash on the ball here. He's going to wind down the clock. 4-1 lead right now. It looks very good for him. Tass has conceded in the other game. With 5 minutes left, he's still got a 2-goal advantage. But good for Epsilon Nino, sorry, that he's managed to get a goal back. Toure to Ramirez. Oh, it's been clattered by the other Yaya Toure there in the red. Matic here. I'd love to see Matic hit Yaya Toure. It's like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. What will happen?
I'm not sure, yeah. Maybe we'll see it in this tournament.
Ramirez is going to put this ball into the box. He just needs to wind the clock down now. Ash is pretty much got this game wrapped up. It means we're going to be saying goodbye to ChRiLFC. Oh, it's a good knock, you know. I guess he was trying to shoot with that one. And
yeah, definitely a shot. Yeah,
forced a save there from the keeper. Not a convincing save, I should say. Seconds away from the final whistle here. It's a ball through to Wayne Rooney. It's dispossessed. Ramirez down to Jordi Alba on the left-hand side. No, it's poor passing from Chris, and he's not going to get a goal in that in that way, and now it's Daniel Sturridge. He's got an overlap here. Nemanja Matic is not the most creative of players, but he's done something for Aguero here. Aguero's going to look to score, or give it to Sturridge at the back post. Goal.com, there it is. 4-0, 5-1 on aggregate. A very, very convincing performance from Espash in this second game.
Yeah, no, Ash, a nice goal again, using the space wisely there with Aguero to cut down the line, and an easy header for Sturridge, and just a defensive disaster from Chris's point of view.
Yeah, that first goal, when he maybe made that 3 at the back change a little bit early, should have kept going the way he was going, but in fairness to him, Ash, before that, Ash was dominating the game regardless of the scoreline. He felt like he was having the better chances. Tass has scored, has won over in the other game. That's full time, and it's full time here as well. So we know exactly who's being eliminated. Epsilon Nino, we're saying goodbye to him.
Yep.
It's been a pleasure watching him play over the last few days, but he's going to be leaving the competition now. And the same going to be said for Chris, aka ChRiLFC. He's going to be leaving us as well. Thoughts on those two performances from those guys?
Yeah, no, I think, yeah, Chris, just, yeah, he played awful in that second half of the second leg. So yeah, unfortunately for him, yeah, on the basis of that performance, you don't deserve to stay in the competition. And Nino, I think he can feel a little bit unlucky. I think he's played quite well today. Played good sort of possession football at times, but he's just lacked that attacking instinct which you need in FIFA Ultimate Team. And has been knocked out to Taz, who I felt had a stronger team than him as well. So he can feel maybe a bit aggrieved with that. Okay,
we can take a look now on the screen at the results we have had so far. Just 4 games left to be played in this group section of the tournament, and you can see all the scores there on the screen. In the bottom section there, we've got game 4. Between Vitality Brian, who was yesterday's winner of the non-Ultimate Team event, against Huge Dragon. That's a really interesting game. Looking forward to seeing that one. Both of them playing really good Ultimate Team today. And then we've got Epsilon Rocky, game number 4, against Graham. Another big one to take a look at. We've got Espash, or ESP Ash, and DigniTass. We don't know their opponents yet. It's dependent on what happens in game number 4. So it's going to be Vitality Brian and Huge Dragon against Rocky, as well as Rocky versus Graham. Predictions for those 2 matches?
Yeah, no, I think Brian, I think he's just steam training for opponents at the moment, and again, Graham. Graham for the other one.
The 2 finalists of yesterday. Yeah, they look like they've transferred their skills pretty well across the game modes in FIFA over to Ultimate Team.
Both looking strong.
Definitely looking strong. Those games are coming up shortly, guys. We're going to have a quick break now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon with more top quality FIFA Ultimate Team.